Laziness never looks dangerous. It looks comfortable, but that comfort might be the very thing keeping you distant with God. Let me be real with you. There was a time in my life when I had absolutely no direction. I'd wake up late, I'd scroll on my phone, waste hours on video games and distractions. I told myself again and again I'd get serious soon, or I'd work it out tomorrow. I'd figure it out tomorrow. Today I'll just play this game or finish this level or masturbate because I had nothing else better to do. Biggest lie I told myself was the idea of tomorrow. The idea of a distant place, not now. Waiting for tomorrow, leaving it for tomorrow. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. We're always living in today. Second best chance to start is today. Best time to start was yesterday, but we've missed it. And we can't be looking on tomorrow because tomorrow never comes. Best chance is already gone. The laziness has gotten the best of you already. But you must take the next step to beat it before it takes you again. Laziness brings you nowhere. It brought me nowhere. But God called me out of the laziness and sloth because there's so much more I can do to lift him up when I'm not delving within the laziness. Laziness didn't just affect my time. It affected everything. My discipline was weak. My mindset was lazy, and most important, my relationship with God was unintentional. I didn't dedicate time to spend with him. I was too lazy and too busy procrastinating. Imagine that, procrastinating on spending time with the Lord and Savior that created the universe and died for you and that lives within you. It's so powerful. Procrastinating about him is a sin. It's putting your own desires and self above his own. That's pride. I made a whole video on pride for how much it destroyed me. I wasn't living with purpose. I was just existing. I had no direction. I don't want to put effort with God. I don't want to put effort in our relationship. But I wanted to put effort into the instant gratification. The now pleasures, not the tomorrow pleasures or the later pleasures, the now pleasures. This is the problem with comfort. The scary part is laziness might not feel like it's wrong. People might say, oh, work-life balance is great. You need time off. You need time for yourself to do nothing. You deserve watching that TV show. For men, we must never feel this way. We always have to keep moving. It's our right and it's our birthright. It's our obligation to spend time with the Lord. It's to grow with him. If we're putting anything else before that, then there's pride seeping into our lives. Laziness feels easy. Laziness feels deserved, but over time, it eats away at you. It destroys your potential. Proverbs 6, 9-11 says, how long will you lie there, sluggard? A little sleep, a little slumber. Poverty will come to you like a thief. That's not just about money, that's about your life. Laziness trains you to avoid responsibility. It trains you to chase comfort and delay growth. Ecclesiastes 10:18 says through laziness, the roof sinks in. If you don't build your life, it will slowly fall apart. God didn't create men to sit around and consume stuff for instant gratification, for instant pleasures, for instant dopamine. He didn't create men for that. He created men for so much more. He created men to work. He created men to lead. He created men to train. He created men to grow within himself and relationship with God. God calls us to take responsibility. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord. Not half effort, not effort just when you feel like it. Effort with all your heart before the Lord, as if the Lord is standing next to you. This isn't just about productivity. This is deeper than just being busy. It's about purpose and direction with your life. 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 10 says, the one who is unwilling to work shall not eat. That is serious. God values discipline and effort, especially to feed himself, to feed his family, to work hard. You've been stuck in laziness. You don't need a moment of rest. You don't need motivation. You must break laziness. You've had your life too easy. You haven't been focusing on God as much as you should have. But that's okay. God sees us in our lives. It's hard, it's painful for him to look at the sin that we do, but he still loves us. He still runs after us. He still comes after us. and we keep walking away from him. And for me, that felt horrible. That I was actively living away from God just because I was lazy. So I'm calling you out of laziness. God calls you out of laziness. You must create a new life where pleasure is not a priority, but living out your purpose and living out your work for God is your purpose. And finding your purpose is important. And I'm going to make a video on that very, very soon, about how to find your purpose. But in the meantime, you must look to God for your purposes. So here's some practical steps on how to build that strength, that discipline, that fight against laziness. Take control of your time. Take control of your life back. It's been taken away. It's been taken away by instant gratification. You must take it all back. You need structure, you need time. This is what you must do. Don't wake up and scroll on your phone. So wake up earlier, get out of bed immediately, and spend 10 minutes with God every single day. Every single morning. Create that discipline. Create that dopamine you get, not from your phone, but with God. Because that is your true purpose. To live everything for God. Proverbs 20:13 says, "Do not love sleep or you will be poor." It's talking about sloth and laziness. Not actual sleep. But the idea of sleeping when you should be working is why you'll be poor. So what I had to do is plan my day. Write down what you need to do and what actually matters, and how you'll be doing that task with God in your heart. So if you're going to work, how do you have God in your heart when you're at work? Be intentional with the conversations you have with your work, with your colleagues. Have God in your conversations. If you're working out, if you're training, surrender yourself to God and ask him for strength to work. Give him control of your life, walk humbly with him, and ask him for strength in anything that you do. That's putting God first. So write down what you need to do. Structure out your day. Write the most important task to do and do that first. A bit unrelated, but there was a study called Eat the Frog. It was done by a bunch of people, and every single day they had to eat this frog. And it was the grossest thing ever, this sloshy, this green, moldy looking frog. And you had to do it every single day, just once. You can do it whenever you want throughout the 24 hours. And you know what so many people did? Is they leave it for the very last thing. And when it got to the end of the day, they were dreading this frog for the 24 hours. They're like, dreading this frog. I have to eat this frog. It's gross. And then they ate it. And the whole day was just ruined by this thought, capturing them. So what you must do is get the hardest task. And just like the frog, you must make it your first task. The people that woke up, didn't even think, went to the frog and ate it. They were the people that could live out the rest of the day, knowing that they didn't have that hard task weighing on them. This is what you must do. Like I said, write down your day, plan your day, do the hardest task first, and work down from the hardest to the easiest. And write that with the most important to least important as well. You must cut anything that removes or wastes time. So what's stealing your time? Is it gaming? Is it masturbating on porn all the time? Is it scrolling on TikTok or Instagram? Remove it. Get rid of it. Get rid of all social media. You can message people on WhatsApp. You don't need Instagram. You don't need Snapchat. You don't need all these. You've got like 4 social media apps, all for one thing. Messaging them, but they're all just a way to scroll as well. They're time wasters. They're damaging you. So to take back on your day, you must take control of the morning. And when you have control of the morning, you have controlling over your lunch. When you have control of the lunch, then you have control of the evening. When you have control of the evening, then you have control over your night. If you start your day with scrolling, then your whole day is so much more likely to go downhill from there. Step number 2, you must build discipline through your actions, not your feelings. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always feel like I'm gonna work for the next 8 hours right now. Can't be trusting your mind. Your mind is the one that's told you to open up that porn website and to masturbate. Just like I did for 5 years. It told me every single day, oh yeah, do that. Can't trust your feelings. I don't feel like working all the time. You shouldn't feel like working all the time. But I don't need motivation. I don't need some speaker to do it because I know it's right. I probably need to feel like going to the gym 30% of the time. But I still do it because it's right. And it's what we are supposed to be doing. But for many people, you must start small. You must do small daily tasks to build this discipline. So I already said to wake up quickly, get out of bed straight away. Make your bed. Task 1. Spend time with the Lord, your devotion. Task 2. Go for a prayer walk for 20 minutes. Task 3. Train your body through any time throughout the day. Task 4. And work. Have at least 2 dedicated blocks of 60 minutes of uninterrupted, focused work. Task 5. These are 5 tasks that are very easily maintained. Now, if you have to do anything throughout the day to make those 5 happen, do it. I've got a 9 to 5. I can't do the 2 hours of undistracted work. No, find time. Most of us work a 9 to 5. I work a 9 to 5. I'm a flipping plumber. I work more than 9 to 5. Sometimes I work 7 to 5. I work 7 to 6. Work is work. I'm not going to come home and decide not to write a script because I'm too tired for a video. God's called us to work, and God's called us to work for Him and through Him. Because I had a long day, I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't spend that 10 minutes with God. God called us away from sloth and laziness. You must build disciplines slowly. Discipline is one of the hardest things to build. It's through doing hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Not because you're motivated, but because you're meant to. So by doing these little things, you can build discipline. Luke 16:10 says, whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much. Discipline starts small. Stop waiting to feel ready. Or say, oh no, I'm just waiting for the right time. For some jobs, for some work tasks, it will never feel like the right time. You don't need motivation, you need movement, you need action, you need now. Act first, then feel later, especially with work you already know you need to do. You already know you need to do these tasks. You already know you need to go to the gym, but you still don't because you don't want to. You already know you want to study for that SAT test, for that exam. But instead, you're watching this video or you're watching some other video. You're procrastinating. Right now, this very moment, you should be studying. So if you're watching this video and you're meant to flip and study, then get off this video and study. Because the views for me aren't worth it if you're procrastinating right now. If you know the whole day you're meant to go to the gym and you still haven't gone to the gym, you're watching this video, go to the gym. Or do that work. Or do your devotion if you haven't done your quiet time or study with God. That must be your first focus. You must be doing that. Kill procrastination immediately. If you have something that takes less than 15 minutes, just do it now. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Don't leave it for the other day. This is the second best chance to do it. You should have done it yesterday, but you didn't. You gotta do it now. You gotta work. You gotta keep moving. Stay consistent. God doesn't call us to be perfect. He knows we're not perfect. That's why He sent Jesus. He was perfect. We're not. Consistency builds daily discipline. Consistency builds momentum. And actionable step number 3, surround yourself with driven men. Laziness grows in a lazy environment. Discipline and power grows in an environment where discipline and power are present. If you're in the gym, do you know why you feel like going to the gym when you're in the gym? Because you've got other disciplined people around you within the gym going to the gym. If you went to a library and every single person was studying, you'd feel a bit more inclined to study because they're all working. If you're with me and my boys and we're going to the gym and we're working out hard and we're pursuing God with a right mindset and we're not being lazy, if you come into our environment like you are, where you might be struggling with laziness or discipline or hardship, or if you're fapping every day, being with us will help you. It will grow you. If you keep hanging out with your friends that keep falling into that dark path, then you're not going to grow. You're just going to stay like them. Iron sharpens iron like another man sharpens another. Iron cannot be sharpened by weaker minerals. It can't be sharpened by wood. It'll be brittle and break. It must be sharpened with other strong men. So what are these like-minded men like? They're people that challenge you, who push you, that look at your life and they will judge you. They will tell you, Orlando, you need to change in this way because you're moving away from God. You need to change in this way because you're looking prideful in this area. Or they might call you out in a way of being lazy and actionary. They're like, Orlando, you haven't gone to the gym. If all my boys around me have gone to the gym and you're the only one that hasn't gone to the gym, you're going to feel like going to the gym. You're going to feel like working. If we've all spoke about how we've found so much joy with spending time with the Lord, you're going to want to spend time with the Lord. You're going to find that joy within it. The power of men coming together is powerful. You must bring men together and challenge each other in thoughts and ideas, in your decisions, especially in what you do throughout the day. That's all if you're trying to rid free from laziness. So what happens when you change all this? What really happens? When you live this way, your discipline grows. You start doing the harder tasks because you know you're just supposed to do them. You do them even though they're hard, but because you know they're right. It's because your duty as a man to do the hard things. Your confidence increases. You become known. It becomes known within yourself that you can actually do that hard task. It becomes known that you can do it even when you didn't really want to. That is the power. And your purpose becomes clear. My next video will be on your purpose and finding your purpose through God, not just the world. And most importantly, your relationship with God strengthens. You're no longer putting things off. You're no longer neglecting. You're no longer procrastinating on the things that you're meant to be doing, like spending time with the Lord. This can be applied spiritually and just how you go on your day-to-day. But you must surrender to the Lord. Remember, God is waiting at the end of the tunnel for you. He is wanting you to seek Him for strength. That's showing humility in yourself. I thank you, the Lord, for the day, and I thank you all for watching. Take care. God bless. Peace.